Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel and to another video. As you've guessed from the title already, this is my August monthly reset. I'm so excited. I am definitely keen for August. One more month of summer, basically. I mean, September's okay in Vancouver, but yeah, I'm excited for the month. I had a great July. I can't wait to tell you all about it. There was definitely some highs and some lows. But yeah, if you guys are new here, my name is Sasha. I am a 30-year-old Aussie living in Vancouver. And this month marks my official 5 years here. My 5 years, that's crazy to me. I never thought I would be here for 5 years, but now I think just having the pandemic in there just made it just fast track. But anyway, officially 5 years on the 18th of August. So that's kind of crazy, but I had a great July. Let's get into it. I'm gonna do my goals first, which is, wow, spicing it up. My reflections are a bit, I read them over again and they're a bit sad. So I was like, I won't do that straight away. Like I said, July was a good month, which it was, but it was also like a lot of different stuff happened. So anyway, let's get into my July goals and how I did, and then what I've planned for August. Okay, as always, I'm gonna put up my goals right there next to me on the screen. I've got them on my computer, so if I'm looking down, that is why. So let's go through personal. Go swimming. Tick. I went swimming at Wreck Beach and also at Third Beach, which was really lovely, and I would recommend those two beaches if you're here in Vancouver. They're the nicest beaches to swim. Book flights to California. I'm going to San Francisco, I guess at the end of this month, but pretty much just for the Labor Day weekend. So booked those, so yay. Getting your retainer, the dentist. Did that, which it was very well needed. I am a serial teeth grinder, and yes, I could wear a mouth guard, but I've also been just conditioned to always wear a retainer since getting my braces off in like year 11, so I was like 17, and I've been wearing a retainer pretty much nightly since I was 17. So that's why they're still so straight. So I recommend, if you're getting braces off, wear your retainer because they work. And even the dentist was really impressed, so yeah. Go on a day trip, Bowen Island. I didn't go to Bowen Island. I did like some, oh my gosh, this is a bug. Did I do any day trips? I don't know. I mean, I went on a hike, which was away, like, I don't know. I don't think I did a day trip, so I didn't tick that. Let's go to financial. Have 3 no spend days each week, including all bills and expenses. I don't think I did, but then I also couldn't be bothered going through my bank transactions after I did my budgeting and seeing what days and comparing it to a calendar to see. So maybe I did, but I don't know. I feel like I spent a lot this month, so no. Get changed for laundry. I actually bothered to get a roll of loonies, or $1. We call them loonies here in Canada. But yeah, so I don't have to get laundry changed for a while, so that's a win. Treat myself in Portland, no taxes. So yeah, I just got whatever I wanted to get in Portland. I didn't really think too much about the cost of things, and obviously the conversion sucks. Like the Canadian dollar is so much weaker than the US, but I feel like I still was able to spend freely, and I didn't really think about money when I was there. I just was like, you know, enjoy yourself, you're here. Who knows when you'll go to Portland again, you know? Health and wellness. Try Reformer Pilates in Vancouver. Why put Vancouver? Like, where else would I be doing it? In Portland. Yeah, so I did, but I won't like name and shame the place that I went, but they have been harassing me to join because I think they're a fairly new club, or the franchise itself, that particular one downtown, they have just been leaving voicemails, and now I'm like screening their calls, like leave me alone. I clearly don't want to join. It was so much, even with their discounted rate to join was still like the best deal was, you know, $250 like straight up. And I'm like, no thanks, I'm good. But thanks for the free class. But I do love Reformer Pilates. Honestly, I just don't really know what the next few months is going to look like in terms of my routine and stuff. So I don't really want to commit to like a lock-in thing, because once you're in, you're locked in for minimum 3 months. And I just can't do that kind of commitment right now. So I was like, oh, I don't know. Yeah, I did it when I was in university because I had a dance injury, or like, I guess it was caused by a few different things. But when I was at uni, yeah, I went and did Reformer Pilates, and it completely healed my back and knee troubles. Like, it was amazing, so love it. Get vitamin D retested. I don't know why I put this. I didn't take it out and re-put something in there, but as my naturopath told me, I'm getting that done in August, so I don't need to get it done in July. I don't know why I put it there. Stick to a better bedtime routine with subs and sleep earlier. So I definitely did not do this. My sleep pattern is horrendous. I'm not gonna lie and say that I did. But yeah, in terms of supplements, I think I've kept up with that. I've got like little alarms on my phone for them, and yeah, I just felt like I was all over the shop. Like, I'm supposed to be finishing eating by 7 p.m. and I definitely haven't been doing that. And I think just the summer's been, you know, I'm wanting to make the most of everything. So if someone's like, let's go hang out, and it's, you know, 8 p.m. for dinner, I'm not going to say no and things like that. So yeah, maybe that'll be a winter activity for me to get better at sleep. But I do need to get better at sleep, but you know, have a routine and everything. Social media, I hit my goal. I'm now way past that. I don't know, maybe I like I shorted it or whatever. Not shorted it, what is it? Like I don't know, but I did a lot better than I thought I would in terms of growth, because my growth is pretty small, but now I'm over 2,400 on YouTube, which I'm very, very grateful for. So we love that. And then everything else on social media, I just like didn't do it. I have a really good idea for a Vancouver YouTube series, which I didn't get started on. I didn't post weekly. I posted like every 2 weeks, and I still haven't posted my travels to TikTok at all. I don't know why I haven't done that. I think it's just editing and sitting down and doing it. Like when I go on TikTok, it's like to mindlessly scroll. I do that like once a day, and when I do that, I'm just like laughing at people's videos. I'm not like, oh, I'm gonna edit a video, because it is time consuming. As much as people say like social media isn't a real job, it is so time consuming to edit, and it's just really fiddly, and my brain just can't compute it sometimes. I just want to sit on the couch and scroll. So yeah, I think I did okay with my goals, but yeah, I definitely want to work more on social media. I love it so much, so I definitely need to make that more of a priority in my day-to-day. So we'll see how that goes in August. But speaking of August, let's look at my August goals. The lighting is so shocking. I don't know, it's been the nicest weather. Of course, it's the cloudiest day that I filmed, so the clouds are coming in and out, so it's kind of really dark, so apologies about the lighting. But here we have my August goals. Let's go through them. So personal, book Whistler trip with girls. I still need to organize that. Have a lake day, which I already have booked, but I felt like I was just gonna write it so I could tick it off. Visit a southern Gulf island. I'm doing that this weekend. I'm going to Galiano Island. So that is from Tawasin. It is 2 hours on the ferry, I think. But I'm so excited to go to an island, like an island. Oh, so cool. Celebrate my 5 years in Canada. I'm kind of celebrating by default the day after with the girls. We're going to a drag event called Untoxicated. I'm so excited. Monet Exchange is one of my favorite queens. Like, I'm obsessed with her and her comedy and everything that she does. And there's so many other RuPaul drag race queens that are gonna be there. So that's on the Saturday, but on the Friday, which is the 18th, I kind of want to do a dinner or something nice to, like, it's a moment. You gotta savor these moments. Financial, put 1,000 into my TFSA, focus on noting my expenses weekly, and research more into investing. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like at 30 I should be more on top of investing, because my money just sits there. Yes, it's in a TFSA, but I think it'd be cool to do some research into stocks and things like that, because life is so expensive and inflation, and my money is just not doing anything, and I get a bit panicked sometimes about the future, about how like I'll be working till I'm 80 at this point, because how would I ever retire in this life? I don't understand how people do. But good on them for people in their boomer, you know, the boomers out there living on their yachts and going around Europe. So we love. Maybe one day. Health and wellness. Try a week at Legree West. That doesn't really make any sense, but I know what it means, so I'll tell you. Legree West is a Pilates studio, another Pilates studio, and they have a really good deal for a week. I think it's $30, and you can go to a class every day for a week. You can't do 2 classes in one day, but you can do like unlimited classes for a week for $30, and I thought that was really good. Again, I'm just testing the waters to see what fitness thing I might want to do when it gets cooler, because at the moment I'm like, I couldn't think anything worse than being in a gym, like when it's so nice out. So yeah, get vitamin D and blood work done. So I already have a requisition from my GP that's all covered by MSP, but vitamin D isn't covered by MSP. So you have to pay out of pocket for that. So I'm doing like the vitamin D with my naturopath, and then the blood work I need to redo because the numbers were a bit skewed a few months back. I think I got that done in April. Yeah, so it's time to get it retested and see how that's all going. I don't know. The vitamin D hopefully is all fine because I've been taking a supplement, so, and the supplement doesn't taste great, so hopefully I don't have to take it really anymore. Go on 2 hikes. I have plans to go to Joffrey Lakes this month, or Joffrey Lake. Well, I guess there's 3 lakes, but just think, the most beautiful blue water with the mountains and like the most Canada thing you can think of. That's what that is. And it's a trek. It's past Pemberton, so above Whistler. It's like a 2 and a bit hour drive away. And I kind of want to do some hikes on Bowen Island. Don't know when I'm gonna get, I just have so many plans. I just need to get everything done before the rain comes, okay? Try climbing at the Hive. So the Hive is a climbing bouldering gym. I believe it's just that, but my friend Orla goes and she said that she can bring a friend. I don't know if it's for free or just for discount, but I really want to go with Orla when she's done with her exams, and that'll be a really fun thing to do after work one night. Social media, I'm aiming high, 2,470K on YouTube. That would be amazing. Obviously anything more would be amazing too. Film a new YouTube series. I really want to do this. I'm just trying to think when and where, but I don't want to spoil it, but it'd be really cool. And post my travels to TikTok. I need to do it. I will do it this month. I'm just gonna spam it out, and it's fun to look back, and it's also helpful for people because I do some travel tips of like where we ate in Jasper or like what to see in Canmore, and I just think it's, yeah, so that's what the travel TikTok is. And also Portland, I had such a good time there, and I want to post some vlogs, I guess, vlog style TikToks, because TikTok growth is so much quicker than YouTube growth, and I kind of want to combine them. And I always love my long form content the most, but yeah, that's all my goals. Yeah, let's go on to, what should we do next? Maybe we'll spice it up and do a budget next. Let's see what I spent in the month of July. Alrighty, let's get on to what I spent during the month of July. So it was an everyday budget because I made it so I was cheeky. I went through just to ensure that it was an everyday budget, so I moved them. I just don't like the red. I think I left one red and it's just so ugly. So I had a fair bit of income this month, which we love. It was such a surprise. I got a random GST repayment from the government, so thanks CRA. The YouTube AdSense I got, just a little one of $146.98. And I did some overtime, and I don't know why else it was a little bit more. I think it was just overtime. I did some overtime hours for work, and I think my work meeting maybe was counted into that. I can't remember. Anyway, I received $4,250 for the month, and I spent why did that go away? I spent $3,716 for the month. Why is it doing that? Why? Okay, there we go. So yeah, $3,716 I spent, and let's go down. So gifts, this was for Rachel and Anna for their birthdays. I got us all tickets to go to the event that I was just telling you guys about, so called Intoxicated here in Vancouver. Emergency fund, like no. Rent is always the same, and then I got my laundry, streaming. Oh, whoops. I must have paid that. Let's just put that as end of the month. So that's Crave. Phone, I thought it would be more expensive, but that's August because I had paid for roaming, is $12 a day in Fido, like for Fido when in the US, so that was okay. Podcast, my subscription there, I paid for. The Compass card rates went up this month, so it's an extra, what is that? I can't do quick maths. Uber, I spent a few, I think, oh yeah, I put the public transit I pay for in Portland, and got an Evo a couple of times and one Uber last weekend. Groceries, I spent a lot on groceries. I think I budgeted for like $300 because let's look at June, how much I spent. So June was $330 and I only spent $291. So I was like, wow, I didn't spend much. Let's make it $300. And then I spent so much more on groceries this month. I have absolutely no idea why. I don't think I was buying anything extravagant. It's just, I don't know. I just bought a lot of groceries. So $322 for groceries, and yeah. Oh, and liquor. That's why I drank a bit more this month. So naughty, that's where that comes in. Restaurants, budgeted for $250, spent $211. Went to the pub, bar, beach Ave, and yeah, 3 of those were with Grace. Love Grace, so that was great. And Cactus Club on the weekend was so much, but I like didn't mind. Like I wanted to spend a lot on drinks and food because Cactus Club is a little bit more pricey if you're in Vancouver. You know, Cactus Club is a rite of passage. There's so many memes about the Cactus Club girls and everything, but I was an Earls girl myself. I worked at Earls for a bit, wouldn't recommend. But Cactus Club, the food is so good, and we were literally, like, it was so magical. We were at the one at Cole Harbour, so we had a table literally overlooking the water, like the seaplanes coming in and out. You could see Stanley Park, the mountains, and we were with Rachel's friend Kenzie, like her childhood friend was here just for the week. So I took her there, and then, yeah, like it was just so nice. I'm like, this is Vancouver, like so nice. It was such a sunny, beautiful day on the Saturday that just went, so loved that. Worth the $88, I guess, for that view. So cafes, takeaway. Your gal got some McDonald's because she had a few nights out, and that's what I do. It's just default. It's not great, but anyway, I won't lie. You can see I've got pretty much the same meal, and I think maybe I got an extra sauce. So I'm always getting that same meal. I took Tash, well, Tash came here, helped me with an audition, and I shouted her dinner. So that's what that was. Honey's Donuts. Got a donut and a sandwich. I know, just a donut and a sandwich was plus tip, $25. Crazy. Those donuts at Deep Cove, insane. Fun money, house stuff, travel, random. I should have broken this down a bit more, but let's go through this. So I got my tickets, Harbour Dance. It was 3 classes for $33, so I've got 1 class left. I got my citizenship photo, gripping socks for Pilates, because I couldn't do it without them. Upper lip wax, because your gal was growing a mustache over the month. Well, not really, it's been a while, and I was like, I should probably get rid of that. Ardeen, I bought this dress for the Barbie movie, and it's the first item of clothing I've bought all year. So, yay, it was only $11, we love a bargain. San Fran flights were so expensive, but I got ones that are fully refundable in case something comes up. I'm staying with family, and there's a few question marks around it, but fingers crossed, I'm gonna go to San Fran, it's happening. Excited. But yeah, and then Portland week away, oh my gosh, Portland weekend away was $881 for 3 nights away in Portland, and that's not including the flights. So that was artwork. I went to Target, I got some makeup, I went out for dinner, and when you do the conversion, it's just a killer. So like 1 donut was $6.58, but it was, you know, like $4 US and things like that. So yeah, like overall it was a cheap place, but I ate out and bought stuff and, you know, all that kind of stuff. I loved Portland, by the way, it was great. Pet care, I think I just got to her cans. No litter this month. Drugstore medicine cosmetic, $49. And yeah, the pill was only $8 because I used my benefits for that, so we love. Food sensitivity test, again, it was only $23 because of my insurance. Supplements the same, and retainer was over $600, but I only got it for $60 because I have great benefits, and I got 90% back, so that's how I figured that out. And that is it. That's all the things that I spent. So let's look at August. Let's get straight into it. I have 648 left to budget. I don't really know where to put that money. I really wanted to get an every dollar budget, but I'm like, I don't know where to put it. I did some more overtime, so I think I'm gonna get around that. So I'm probably gonna get around 3,800 for the month. I could probably put some more money in the weekend away. Like like the fun money one. I put 1,000. I feel like I won't spend more than that. Groceries, I did the same, 350. Restaurants, 250. Cafes, takeaway, 200. I'm usually pretty good with cafes takeaway, like being under budget, but restaurants not so much because I'm already out. May as well get more things. It's exciting. Yeah, and like the phone, I know it's gonna be more expensive. I've actually already paid that, but I wanted to leave it all blank before I did this video. Obviously paid rent already because it's the 2nd, and that's kind of it. There was a garbage truck going past, so I just stopped abruptly mid-sentence. But yeah, I really don't know what else to add. Maybe pet care, I might buy litter, but I still don't think I'm gonna spend more than $80. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna be okay this month in August. Like the big things were the flights, and the weekend away will probably be around like 400 bucks for like everything. So maybe I'll just make this like, you know, I don't know what's gonna come up in the month, but it'd be good to have some savings left over, I guess. Like I already, obviously, as we've already discussed, I don't live paycheck to paycheck, so I have money that's like, that's there, so I can have that there as a backup. But yeah, I'm feeling good about August and my financial sitch at the moment, despite everything going up, but I'm just grateful for a full-time job, steady work, and I'm not a shopaholic. So again, this is an $11 dress, only thing I've bought this year in terms of clothing, and I guess the Pilates socks, if that counts, but I don't know if that counts, probably not. But yeah, let's move on to my reflections on July, and then I want to finish up with some favorites of the month of July, like favorite moments and favorite, you know, entertainment, like movie, TV show, things like that. We're just going to embrace this lighting. Again, I'm really sorry if it's distracting, but I'm going to go through my reflections now. I'm going to pop them up on the screen next to me, and let's just get straight into them. What are you most proud of? I said, for going to Portland by myself. It felt great to solo travel again. I'm proud of trying 2 new fitness classes and saying yes to more experiences. So yeah, I found myself saying yes to things more, like if someone just randomly was like, let's go do something tonight, or we're actually doing this instead, or changing plans. I'm such a type A control freak, anxious person, and I like my routine and I like things a certain way. So having someone shake it up or things not going to plan is kind of good for me, to put me out of my comfort zone like that. And going to Portland was so fun. I had such a good time just being in a new city, going on a plane overseas, even though it's obviously like an hour flight, but I feel so much more confident in who I am and what I'm doing, and feel such a sense of accomplishment and being so independent when I travel. And I wish I could do it every month, but yeah, can't get the time off. So yeah, loved that, to start my month off, to go to Portland. And then dancing was so fun. I used to do hip hop classes back in the day in high school, and I loved it. So I did begin hip hop with my friend Grace. She had already, you know, told me about it, and she didn't know, she actually didn't know that I did hip hop. So she's like, oh my God, we can both be terrible together. By the way, she's not terrible, Grace. So good at the class and the dancing and the choreo and everything. So I just felt great doing that and loved getting back into a dance class, and maybe something that I can continue moving forward. I've got one class pass left, so I'm not sure what I'll do. They have a bunch of different classes at Harbour Dance Centre on Granville Street in Vancouver. Really great variety. So I might do maybe like a heels class or a samba, or I don't know, maybe like an advanced hip hop, just to see if I could do it, because why not? Yeah, so that was good. What challenged you this month? Feeling like I'm running out of time. Not much summer left, and I have so much I want to do still. Feeling lonely and sometimes left out. Am I annoying everyone? When do I need to shut up? So the first part of this is yeah, as I said at the beginning of this video, like August, that's kind of it for the warm weather, and then it just drops significantly in September. Like autumn can be so beautiful here, the leaves change and everything like that, but the rain is gonna come probably in October, and it's just so hard to get out and do stuff. And all the beautiful parts of BC, you can't do it when it's raining. I'm sorry, you just can't. So I definitely feel like I'm running out of time to make the most of like the lake days and the going to the beach and the walks and the hikes and the patio season and hanging out with friends. I just feel, obviously it doesn't need to stop when the rain does come, but no one wants to go out here in the winter. So I think that's why I feel like I'm running out of time. And then the second part of that is feeling lonely and left out. I do get in my head if people don't reply to me straight away. Like I know more than anyone being overseas, different time zones, different things like that. I just feel like it's just hard to connect with people. So if it's been months since I've spoken to someone and I really do want to know what's going on, and I try and call and they don't call back, or they message late, or I feel awful because I was asleep when they tried to call, things like that just make me feel so, I just get so upset because I don't want to be seen as being a bad friend, and I'm just going to try to be there for everyone back in Australia. But then it's on the flip side, I'm like, why is no one talking to me? And like, why don't I ever get messages? Or no one ever reaches out to ask how I'm doing. It's like they just maybe see a post on Instagram, they're like, oh, she's fine. It's like, I'm not. That's one day out of 7 that maybe I'm not doing so crash hot. So it's one of those things that I just get in my head about. And also the other thing is like I message people a lot and I feel like they're not giving me much back. I'm like, oh my God, was I asking too much of them? Did I ask anything too personal? Or am I trying to ring them so much that they're sick of me or whatever? And even on a more local front, just feeling like if there's a group thing that I don't get invited to, or last minute plans that I see people out and I'm like, why didn't I get an invite? And I just feel like a loser that no one wants around. And I don't have a good, my self-confidence wasn't great this month overall, but I think with being invited to stuff, I mean, there was times like we went to this open air cinema and I was invited by my friend Michaela, and she already had some girls going, and then I put the invite out and had a couple of people come with me, and it was just like a great group of girls. And I'm like, well, that was amazing. But then fast forward to a few days later, it's come up like 3 times and I've had to stop so many times this video. Anyway, yeah, so definitely hit and miss in July for going to group things, but then sometimes just not being invited and just thinking that everyone hates me. And I've just got a lot of insecurities and trying to work through it as best I can. And being alone is so great in terms of relationship wise. Like I'm not looking for anything in terms of like romantic relationship, but friendship wise, like feeling lonely just sucks. And I just really struggle with being alone in that regard. But yeah, I don't know, I just went on for that for so long, but that's what that means. What are 3 things that you're grateful for? Number 1, long, warm summer days. I can't believe the sun is already starting to set before 9 p.m. now. I'm like, oh my God, it's ending. I loved when the sun was setting at 9:30. It's just so nice. Like you just have so many more hours to the day. Like I finish work at 3 and there's a whole other day when I finish work to do. Like I have so many hours of daylight. It's incredible. And I love waking up and the sun is already high up in the sky. It's the best. New friends. So definitely have connected more with a couple of people in particular this month, and just fun to like, no one knows, like they don't really know me too much yet. So them getting to know me, it's hard to find new friends, and to have them come out of nowhere is just really nice to just hang out with someone a bit different and learn about them. Like I'm almost, I don't know, it's the journalist in me. I did journalism, like the journalist coming out, I just love to question people. I'm like, who are you? Like, what are you about? What do you believe in? And I just love, I feel like I'm interrogating people, but just getting to know them. And yeah, even like meeting, we had Rachel's friend Kenzie stay with us for a week, and just listening to her stories and figuring out like her background. Like, it's just so fun. I just love learning about people. Number 3, ability to complete challenging hikes. I did hikes plural. I don't know if I did 2 hikes. I can't remember, but I did St. Mark's Summit, which was so beautiful and so doable. I think I did it in just over 4 hours there and back. Obviously I spent a lot of time at the top. Like, I'm not getting to the top of a mountain, be like, oh yeah, 5 minutes later, go back down. I was like, let's spend a good 40 minutes up here, and took a million photos. I'll insert some here. We love a photo sesh at the top of a mountain, but if I can do it, I mean, there were kids and dogs doing it, so it's very doable. Just bring snacks, have breaks, bring water, and you'll be grand. Loved it. On that, just to be able to do a hike in general, like me being able-bodied, I do not take that for granted. And I mean, all I can speak on is having rolled my ankle last year, couldn't really walk on it for a few months, and couldn't do any hikes, and also the knee issues that I have, and like, I just want to do so many hikes because I know my body will break down. Obviously not now, but I just want to be able to do so many hikes while I'm young and able, because who knows what will happen in the future. And I'm just very grateful and hashtag blessed to be able to do that. So don't take it for granted. Something you learned this month: to focus on the present more, to try and shift my thinking away from my friends and family in Australia, just to alleviate my expectations on them. They won't forget about me, and those who stick around are your true friends. Also, grieving takes time. So I already touched on this a little bit. It kind of all makes sense there. Just, you know, friend stuff, family stuff, it weighs down on me a lot, and it's so hard to be on the other side of the world sometimes. And like, one of my best friends is like going through like a life change right now, which is so exciting. And like, there was stuff happening with my like immediate family that was really stressful, and I just feel so helpless and powerless over here sometimes that I can't be there. But then on the other hand, like, they can't really be there for me either when I'm reaching out and need people as much as they probably could if we're on the same time zone, and they are just around the corner. Like, I don't have my ride or die bestos like around in the same area like I did maybe in Melbourne. So I just have to work with what I can and get through it. And also, yeah, like, grieving in terms of my relationship, I still think about it almost daily. I'm so mad, I'm so upset, and I still don't understand it. And I really, I'm still so broken from it. And I think, obviously I'm not crying every day anymore, which is great, but I think the way that this person moved on within a couple of weeks from when they left me just really opens up so many questions, and really just, it takes a toll. So I'm definitely still working through that, and that's okay. And, you know, obviously going on a few dates here and there is like all fun, but I just could not care less about it at the same time. Like, I'm so just working my way through it, and I'm definitely like not over it as much as I probably thought I was maybe like a month ago. So yeah. Word of the month, shine, was my word for July. I had some moments of feeling this when with friends or doing something outdoors, like the hike. I was loving that. And I got to go on a boat, which was on my summer bucket list. I had a beautiful time on Friday night with a friend. He took me on his work trip, like not work trip, it was like his work function, and it was on a boat around Vancouver, and it was one of the best nights I've had this year at least. Like, it was so lovely, the music, the food, the views, the sunset, the company, like, it was just so lovely, and I just felt like I was shining then. But otherwise, obviously some low points, cried a bit, you know, just girly things. And word for August, nurture, look after myself. Definitely starts with sleep. I need to get some sleep in. I'm so tired all the time, and I just need to focus a little bit more about, yeah, just looking after me first. And I don't, yeah, just focus on me and looking after myself. That's pretty much self-explanatory. Anyway, that's enough of me waffling on about my reflections. Let's talk about my favorites. I don't really have anything too much of a standout. I think I would say the Barbie movie, which this dress was bought for, I saw 2 nights ago, and I would say that's a great recommendation. I wouldn't say it's like my favorite movie of all time, but I really enjoyed Ryan Gosling as Ken. I laughed a lot more than I thought I would laugh. Like, it didn't, when everyone said that they got emotional and cried, like, it is quite beautiful in parts, and I do enjoy being a woman, because I do talk about, you know, how tough it is being a woman, and you know what, it is. But I just really wanted to hit certain marks a little bit more. And I don't want to ruin it because not many people have seen it. It's so hard to get in. We had to book like days in advance to see the movie. It's been out for like 2 weeks now. So I would recommend to go see it, judge it for yourself, but I wouldn't say it's probably going to be like my movie of the year. I don't think it was that amazing, but I enjoyed it. It was really fun and sugary, and I'm just more interested of how the award season, you know, how they all receive it. Maybe, you know, will Greta get nominated for Best Director? That would be cool. I would just like to see a movie like Barbie go into the award season. I think that would be fun, because usually like Oppenheimer is going to be like definitely an Oscars movie. Not that I've seen it, but that's from just me knowing award season and how they choose movies and stuff. But I really want to see Oppenheimer as well. I don't really have any podcast recommendations other than the usual. Like, I love Beyond the Blinds. I love Life Uncut. I love Outspoken, the podcast. I love Fluently Forward. There's nothing particularly like new that I've been listening to though. The Imperfects is great. I just love my pop culture and sort of lifestyle, chatty self-help podcasts, especially Aussie ones, because I love listening to the accent. It makes me feel like I'm home. My gosh. What else? I started watching Queen Charlotte and I have not gotten into it. And I read Maybe in Another Life by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and it was such a letdown. It was so slow, and I kind of knew what was going to happen the whole time. It's like a sliding doors kind of book, and I feel a bit let down because I've read a few of her books and I loved them, but this just felt a bit like like I could have written it kind of thing. You know, it just didn't excite me. So I'm about to start Renee Caliano book. I'll put the title, like the book here. So I'm just about to start that. So I'm excited, and I just want to get back into reading. Like, I haven't read a good book since the Seven Husbands of, is that it? The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo. Such a long title. And ooh, I've got a new playlist. I think it's Poolside Disco on Spotify. Love that. And there's one called Soiree, which I think I've already recommended. Mood Booster on Spotify is great. I don't know, I just love like some funky tunes to get me in the mood, you know, very summery. And I guess favorite moments would be the boat tour around Vancouver. I just think Vancouver's a city that is amazing to see by the water. So Sydney is one of those cities as well. Obviously Venice, you go on gondolas to see how beautiful the city is. So Sydney is so much more beautiful on the water looking up, like it's very visually spectacular. And Vancouver, going on that boat cruise on Friday night just reminded me how beautiful Vancouver is as a city and how well thought out and how well planned it is in aspects, like visually, not logically. And there's obviously a lot wrong with Vancouver as well. But if you're here for a short while and you can randomly find a boat cruise to go on around the city in the summer, just do it. It's beautiful, and I had such a lovely night. Favorite moments, I loved the hike. I loved doing dancing again. I had lots of good moments, like at the beach, just hang out with my housemate, and yeah, we had people over for Rachel Anna's birthday, and that was so lovely, and just enjoying the warm weather and just being outside was great. So yeah, that's kind of everything. I feel like I've just talked so much, and hopefully you guys got something out of it. Please let me know what you enjoyed during July and how you're gonna be spending August. Are you going away? Are you sadly suffering the winter blues if you're in Melbourne, because I know how cold it gets in Melbourne, Australia. Don't be fooled. Don't think that everywhere is warm in Australia. It gets very cold over the winter. So yeah, let me know what you guys are doing in the month of August, and hopefully you guys got something out of this reset. I love filming them, and please hit subscribe before you leave this video, and leave a comment. Just chat to me, whatever you want to chat about. Just pop it down below and I'll reply. But thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!
Forget your feelings, show me you want